Hey guys, how's everyone doing? I hope you're doing all right. So this is finally going to be the readings for general readings for Leo and for Virgo for October 2023. So we are finally here. I haven't forgotten about you. All right, save the best for last, as they say. Okay. So these are general readings. They can cover anything like love, work, friends, family, health, etc. All right, always take what resonates for you and leave the rest behind. It may be for someone else, as this is a general reading meant for multiple people. All right. These readings are timeless as well. So for some people, it may resonate during this current time of October 2023, or it may resonate a couple months in the past or even a couple months into the future. All right. So again, always take it how it resonates. And if it doesn't resonate, always feel free to check out your other placements. For instance, what's your sun, moon, and rising sign? You can find these things out if you don't already know by going to cafeastrology.com. They have a free birth chart. And even if you don't know your exact birth time, you can find out everything except your rising. And knowledge is power, right? It means pretty cool to kind of see what is in your birth chart. All right. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and get into the Leo reading here. I've pulled all of your cards just to save some time. So first, we're going to start with a little sound bell here to get into the energy of the Leo reading. And it's also, cool to check in with the body, take a couple of deep breaths if you feel guided, that kind of thing. If you're sensitive to sound, it may be loud for a few moments, but not forever, right? Also, it's a great time and a way for me to check in with my spirit guides as well and my ancestors and make sure that I am a clear channel and vessel to deliver these messages to you guys. All right, so this is for Leo. All right, Leo. Let's see what we have coming up here for you for October. All right, so we're going to start with the first four cards at the top here. They may correspond to a week's time frame or so. Also, I always take one photo of all the cards here and I post it after the live is done. So I've already taken your photo, Leo, and I, of course, will be uploading it. For some people who want to check that out to see all the cards together or just look at them later, all you have to do is click in the description box below and follow the instructions. It just takes you to my Facebook page if you want to check it out. It's just there for people who do. It's no big deal. All right, I just like to offer it. So let's see what we have here for you, Leo. We're talking about the time frame some of these things may occur. I'm just going to pull up my calendar again because I forgot my little notebook. But I say these dates real quickly on each individual card. So we're saying that the first card can be from around October 1st through the 8th or so, not set in stone. Second card can be from around October 9th through the 16th or so. The third card can be from around October 17th through the 24th or so. And then the fifth card can be from around October 25th through the 31st, or maybe even into the first couple of days of November. All right, so let's see here, Leo. Let's go ahead and call out your cards here as well. So you have the Princess of Sacred Circles, also known as Princess of Pentacles, in the right side up position. You have the Devil in the reverse position. You have the Queen of Swords in the right side up position, and you have the Temperance card in the reverse position. All right, so Leo, you do have, basically four major arcanas, not necessarily good or bad. You've got two in the past and two in the future, current, present energies. So usually the more major arcanas you have can talk about more dramatic change, right? Good or bad, okay? You have, as far as other zodiac signs showing up here with your major arcanas, you've got Capricorn energy, you've got Sagittarius, you've got Taurus, and a little bit of Pisces. So, Leo, for some of you guys, you could be dealing with a Capricorn, a Sagittarius, a Taurus, or a Pisces. Or it could be you have a lot of that in your birth chart, or the other person does if you're dealing with another person. It could also be referencing Capricorn, Sagittarius, Taurus, and Pisces season of this year, last year, even next year, or these signs mean nothing to you at all, and that's totally fine. I just like to call them out. All right. So let's see here. As far as your minor arcana goes here, Leo, you have three swords cards, one cup, and one pentacle. So the majority of your minor arcana is swords. Okay, so air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But the swords in the tarot deal with our intellect or crown chakra, and can deal with our mental health. So is my mental health in a good place, not so good place, these kind of things. Am I thinking clearly? Am I overthinking? Or am I thinking more balanced? Okay, between the two. So that's just kind of something to keep in the background. But let's go here, Leo, one by one and see what we got for you. So the first card in your reading here can be picking up energy from the recent past as well. And here we have Earth sign energy. All right, no one's particular card, but it could be Capricorn, Taurus, Leo. Virgo. You are Leo. Excuse me. All right. So here we have this Princess of Sacred Circles in the right side up position, also known as Princess of Pentacles. So this is a very nice abundant energy. We see that in this card, in this deck, the depiction is she's pregnant. She also has another kid already kind of with her here. So this is that metaphor for planting seeds for the future, right? So get more money, more abundance, but also being valued, right? So Pentacles deal with money, but also value, okay? Because she's a princess and not a queen, she's also open to learning new things, okay? So that's really beautiful energy to start off your reading with, to start off October. So beautiful, right, Leo? Who wouldn't want that? Just keeping the little music there in the background and the calendar up for myself. But yeah, let's kind of see, you know, what made this possible for this Princess of Sacred Circles to show up here in the right side up position for you, okay, is your first card. So these two cards underneath are going to be past energy. I like to call them the sponsor cards. They made it possible for this one to come out. So this is past energy. Could be a couple of days ago, weeks, months, years, all right? But what you have is the Hanged Man in the right side up position, a little bit of Pisces energy, and the official card, the Hierophant for the Taurus energy, okay? So looks like here, Leo, in the past, possibly in some way, there was some type of rebalancing, trying to get grounded, trying to look at something from a new perspective, right? And possibly when you did this, or when someone else, multiple people, kind of general environment, situation, or or energy, this brought this beautiful Hierophant energy, Taurus energy over here, okay, which made it possible for some type of leadership role or confidence to come out in you or someone else or the energy. It could also be that then when there's this kind of more confidence or leadership qualities, somebody could have stepped into a role as a teacher, a mentor, a guide in some way, or they were connecting, or you were connecting with a teacher, mentor, or guide in some way. It could also have something to do with, schools, colleges, government institutions, that kind of thing, okay? But really nice grounded energy, right? You have two earth energies over here and then a little bit of water, all right? So that is nice to see, and it kind of makes sense why this past homework, we're going to say someone did the homework here in the past again with the Hangman and the Hierophant. I'm going to show it to you a little bit closer. as well, just because the cards are smaller and harder to see, right? But some really cool imagery here. This is the Hermaic Tarot deck that I use as well. All right, but someone did their homework here, or the energy, if it's not a person, started this process here in the past in some way, again, to make it possible for this beautiful, abundant energy to come out. Okay, again, planting seeds for the future, getting grounded, using the higher vibrational frequencies of earth energy to manifest whatever it is you or they want to manifest. Okay, so that's beautiful. If I was to pause your reading right here and look for where do you have your green lights, as far as if there's something that you want to manifest that is within your control, like travel, let's say, as an example. I would say that it would either be the first kind of week or so of October, or the third week, the mid-October, almost close to the end of October. Okay, so you've got a green light in the first and the third week, and you have more of a yellow light in the second week, and then you have a red light, let's say, in that fourth week. Okay, so what I really see here is that when we're about to talk about the second week of October, Leo, it's not, again, a red light, it's more of a yellow light, but it is a very beautiful healing type of energy, and that could be why it's not necessarily a green light, but then you have another green light right after, so it's not like to worry or anything like that. Okay, so you go from the Princess of Sacred Circles in the right side up position in the first week to now the Devil Capricorn energy in the reverse position in the second week. All right, so this is what we call a good reversal. Okay, this is someone or some energy letting go of any addiction, self-sabotaging energy, or just in general getting things more in balance. Okay, so again, really beautiful to see that here. Okay, good reversal. Now, Leo, whatever this rebalancing energy is, or letting go of self-sabotaging energy or addictions, right? It paves the way for the third week, okay, this Queen of Swords in the right side up position to show up. Okay, so we go from the Devil in the reverse position in the second week to now the Queen of Swords in the right side up position in the third week. And I forgot to say the dates again. I'll say them real quickly. They're not set in stone. They're used as a guideline. So second week could be from around, what did we say, October 9th through the 15th? Check. Come on, there we go. Yeah, October 9th through the 16th or so. It's a general guideline, right? It's not set in stone. And the third week could be from around October 17th through 24th or so. Okay. But when this Queen of Swords shows up here, there's after the healing in the second week, the rebalancing, the letting go of self-sabotaging energies, addictions, all those things. And the beautiful Queen of Swords comes in here, and she's going to use her swords to cut obstacles out of her way. She's secure in her leadership qualities or power of authority, okay, or confidence if it's not necessarily leadership or authority. And she's kind of known as like the no-nonsense woman of the tarot, the Queen of Swords. The way they show her in this deck, she's a little bit more softer or has a humility to her, and that's kind of a suggestion as well. So she looks like a giant here, and this Japanese woman, and she's standing over some Japanese islands, and she's looking down and kind of smiling and waving to them. So that's kind of, can be for some people, not everybody, a little bit of, you can get things done, you can be clear-sighted and have all this clarity, and some people might see that as being cold, right, or not showing emotions, but you can soften it up a little bit. As someone who is a queen or a king in the tarot, you don't show your emotions to everybody, a select few, right, but you can still kind of just lighten it up a little bit, okay? Just for some, not everybody. But generally, this is a really nice energy. Like I said, the third week is that green light here for you. So you have started off with the green light in the first week, Leo. Then you go to a little bit of the yellow light in the second week, and then you're back to this green light in the third week of October. Let's see what's underneath it too to kind of make it possible for this card to show up here. And this is where my spirit guides wanted these two other cards to go. So these are past energies. So we've got the King of Swords in the right side up position and the Nine of Cups in the right side up position in the past. And I call these the sponsor cards that made it possible, right, for this Queen of Swords in the right side up position and the future, current, present energies to be showing up here. Okay. So for some of you guys, because you've got a queen here and a king, okay, in the right side up position, and they're both of swords, this could be in the past, something to do with family, okay, since they're the same, right, the same minor arcana. It doesn't have to be, and right, what is family? It's different for everybody. It's not always your blood relations. It can be your friends, etc., whoever you consider your family. All right. And if not, that's okay too, right? It could have just been this really nice, strong masculine energy with this King of Swords in the right side up position here in the past. So it could have been a man or someone who displays a lot of masculine energy, right? We all have masculine and feminine inside of us. And they also were very confident. They were very clear-sighted, right? He's using his sword here as a tool to go fishing, right? So he's also standing in the water, just like she is over here, okay? And so water in the tarot is our emotions. So they're using their emotions together with their intellect to make these really good decisions, clear-sighted decisions. Now, when we also have the beautiful Nine of Cups in the right side up position over here in the past as well, this is known as the wish fulfillment card, okay? So maybe there was some type of wish that was granted for you or for someone else or multiple people, general environment situation. But we see this kind of party atmosphere here, Middle Ages, right? Woman dancing in the center and a guy playing the guitar, all the things, some kind of medieval banquet or dinner. And the Nine of Cups and the cups in the tarot also represent water. We drink water out of cups, right? Our bodies are 90% water. And so here, when we have this Nine of Cups right here, this is like wish fulfillment emotionally, okay? So there could have been something going on here in the past, Leo, that was emotionally fulfilling or satisfying in some way. And possibly there was even some type of celebration, okay? But really beautiful, energy so far throughout your reading here, Leo. I would say, coming more towards the end of October, there could be something that you are a little impatient with, okay? Or someone else, or multiple people, general environment situation. It could also be, again, that there needs to be some type of rebalancing, okay? But let me show you the card here. This is the Temperance card in the reverse position, Sagittarius energy in the fourth week. So again, just showing you we go from Queen of Swords in the third week to now the Temperance card in the reverse position in the fourth week. So Temperance does represent patience. Normally this woman is an alchemist, right? She's taking the water back and forth and clearing it. And she's standing between land and earth. It's a balancing kind of energy. But when it's in the reverse position, it can represent impatience, okay? Not wanting to wait for something, right? Since I am a sun sign Sagittarius, which is also a fire sign like you, Leo, I have a harder time with being patient about certain things, okay? But again, it doesn't have to be you. It could also be that there is a little bit of this, you had all this healing and rebalancing and letting go of self-sabotaging energy in the second week, remember, with that devil in the reverse position. So then when we get to the fourth week with the Temperance card in reverse, it's almost like, okay, we need to rebalance again. I believe we have, because this fourth card is, what did I say, between October 25th through the 31st, or maybe even a couple of days into November. We do have, I believe, the full moon in October is on the 28th. We also have the beginning of eclipse season throughout October. Again, I don't have my notes with me here, but if you feel guided, you can always check out the beginning of the Libra reading for October on my channel here, where I go in more in depth to talking about the astrology. So some of this could have something to do with the astrology as well, but in general too, it is like a little bit of this impatient energy, or again needing to rebalance something. Okay, but let's keep going here, Leo, and see what else we have for you. Excuse me, let me get some water here. All right. So by the time we get to your tarot confirmation card here, Leo, this is a combination of past and future energy. It's going to come in here and confirm all four cards, all 4 weeks of October that we just talked about. All right. And so because it is past and future energy, it is kind of giving you a reminder or some type of message. We always have free will and decisions to make and choices to make, right? This is the energy as of right now that we're picking up for Leo for October. So what we have here is the Five of Swords in the right side up position. Okay, come a little closer so you can see it. Okay, so fives can kind of be in numerology a kind of frictional energy, right? But the Five of Swords is, some people look at it as a bad card, but I don't, because usually it looks, let me turn this down, it looks like another deck's 5 guys are fighting, okay? But they're not actually fighting. They're playing and they're practicing and strategizing, or that is what is needed, right? So when this Five of Swords here, it confirms all 4 cards, but it was laying on top of the Temperance card, that impatient energy or rebalancing energy here, Leo. It really could be saying that there is some type of planning or strategizing that you need to lighten up a little bit and work with other people, right? It's weird because this is the Five of Swords, Leo, but it makes me feel like it's the Five of Wands, because I just described the Five of Wands, which is weird. But I work with the cards, but I also work with the energy. Okay, so that may be for some Leos. Now, on the other side, with the Five of Swords here in that right side up position, it could be, it's kind of similar, but it's like too much air sign energy, overthinking, right? So thinking too much about the past, too much about the future, and not enough about the present moment. Five of Swords energy can also be a little bit of competition with ourselves and or others, right? Getting distracted away from what we're actually trying to possibly manifest. So again, the focus is to slow down a little bit, okay, and focus on the present moment, to not be so competitive. Now, because this Five of Swords is saying focus on the present moment, and then you have it on top of Temperance reverse, again, that kind of impatient energy, maybe it's saying the way to get out of the impatient energy, or the wanting to speed things up and, yeah, just being impatient, right? The Five of Swords is coming in here and saying, wait a minute, what's going on with right now? Not the past, not the future, but right now, okay? So that could be definitely something that would be helpful for you or for someone else. Multiple people, general environment situation here, Leo. Also, with the Five of Swords energy, it's a very defensive energy, okay? So usually it is a man holding 2 swords, and he was just in battle with 2 other people, and he won. And so there's one sword over to the right and one sword to the left, and then the man in the center is usually holding 2 or 3. It would be 3 to be 5, right? So 3 and 2 and 2. 1 and 1. Oh my gosh. It would be 5, right? 3, 4, 5. But again, it's like this kind of defensive energy, competitive energy, and again, not focusing enough on the present moment. What they call this card in this deck is the Lord of Defeat, right? But even though the man has won in the Five of Swords, it still feels like a defeat because, again, too much focus on the past and the future, not enough on the present moment, and letting our defenses down, not being so defensive, okay? And that could be mentally defensive because swords, again, are mental, right? Our crown chakra, right up here, right? So remember how I said in the beginning of the reading, the majority of your minor arcana was swords, and that can deal with mental health. So can also bring up those example questions again, like, is my mental health in a good place, a not so good place? How can I balance it more? How can I use my intellect and my sword as a tool and not just a weapon, on myself or others? Okay, so definitely interesting here, Leo. Let's also see what your oracle card is for this time period as well. Okay, so this one is really beautiful. I haven't seen it in a while. It's called Cracked Open, and we see this woman here, and there's a crack in her face, and then there's a light being that wants to come out of that. And there's a big halo around her, but it basically says rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. Okay, and I feel that really goes with what we were just talking about in long detail with the Five of Swords in the right setup position, and also the Five of Wands that I was feeling energetically as well, right? So again, Five of Wands instead of Five of Swords that I was feeling energetically would be to take life not so seriously, to always have a backup plan, right? A plan B, C, D, E, F, G, etc. To use a pencil instead of a pen, to look to and rely on your support system, your friends, family, lover, mental health care worker, etc., whatever it is, whatever your support system is, and just kind of relax a little bit, right? Let go of the reins or the control, and not be so defensive in the mind. Okay, so it's really interesting that her face right there is cracked open, right? So rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. You could also put this one here, Leo, with the Temperance card in the reverse position, right? Again, that kind of impatient energy. Okay, the rebalancing energy that we were talking about. But yeah, I think this is still going to be a beautiful, really interesting month or so, right? Since this reading is timeless, Leo. But beautiful. All right. So feel free to let me know in the comments down below if you feel guided, or you just want to say hi or have any suggestions for other things you want to see here on the channel. If you feel guided. Also, since I'm doing these videos for free, if you want to like this video or subscribe if you haven't already, it does help my channel grow. So you can just go and click the subscribe button, and as long as you have a YouTube account, email account, it'll just notify you when I put out new videos if you feel guided. All right. But thank you guys, as always, so much for your energy and your support. So we're going to go ahead now and switch over to Virgo. I will be putting in the timestamps after the live is done for some people who just want Leo or just want Virgo. All right. So we're at about 28 minutes or so, 28 and a half minutes. All right, so I will make a mental note of that for later. But yes, thank you, Leo. We're going to now switch over to Virgo. All right. We're going to light some incense a little bit. We're going to do the sound bell again to clear the energy of the cards. And we're also going to let the crystals kind of chill there for a time being as well. Excuse me. All right. Put everything here. I hope everyone is doing well. Again, when you tune in or whenever you're here and see this. All right, so I'm going to do a little bit of incense now too. Passing the cards through the smoke is a great way to clear the energy of the previous reading. Let me make sure I don't light myself on fire with this glove thing I'm wearing. Let's see here. The fan is on. Hold on. See if I can do this. Give me 1 second, guys. It is catching. It's just kind of windy with the fan. Just want to make sure it really gets going there before we pass it through the cards. All right, looks pretty good. Smells good. You guys get a little bit there too. All right, so passing the cards through the smoke, right? For some people, again, that can't handle smoke or want to be around smoke, you can also use sound vibrations, which is what we're going to do with the sound bell as well in a few minutes here. And of course, it's always your intention that's the most important. All right. Just going to let this go. Smelling very nice. It's good atmosphere, right? All right, well, let's do the sound bell. I like getting my hair stuck there. All right. So again, this is a good moment to check in with our bodies if we feel guided to take a couple of deep breaths, whatever you would like to do. All right, it's also good for me to check in again with my spirit guides and make sure that I am delivering the messages as clearly as possible since I'm just a vessel. All right, so this is going to be for Virgo. Here we go. All right, Virgo. Let's go ahead now and do some shuffling of your cards and see what is coming up for you, what you may already be dealing with or going through or in, since we're filming this a little bit late on the 6th of October, I think it's today. All right, all divine timing, right? And like I said earlier, saving the best for last, as they say. All right. My dad is a Virgo. My best friend is a Virgo. We all have Virgo somewhere in our chart. All right, everybody is welcome. That's not the shuffling yet. We're just kind of throwing the cards in there. Get them in there first. Okay, let's start with the first deck here. Spirits in my hands, please. Messages for Earth sign Virgo for October 2023. Spirits, guide my hand, please. Messages for Earth sign Virgo, the Wheat Bear, for October 2023. What do they need to see? What do they need to know for their highest good? You know what? I'm going to take this off for a second, guys. I can't shuffle right with it on. I didn't do any of my Halloween costumes or anything for this series of videos just because of my time schedule with work and everything and Renaissance fairs and everything. So I don't know. That doesn't necessarily have to be Halloween, but I was feeling it, but it's too hard when I'm trying to shuffle. So anyway, doesn't matter. All right, side note. Spirits, guide my hands, please. Messages for Virgo, Earth sign Virgo for October. What do they need to see? What does Earth sign Virgo need to know for their highest good and vibration? Truth, their highest truth for October 2023. All right, so those feel pretty good. We'll come back to those. Spirits, guide my hands, please. Messages for Earth sign Virgo for October 2023. What do they need to see to know? Spirits, guide my hands, please. What is Earth sign Virgo? Messages for Earth sign Virgo for the highest truth. Spirits, guide my hands, please. Messages for Earth sign Virgo for their highest truth for October 2023. Oh. 10 of Swords. If it comes out later, we'll see. All right. Let's shuffle this other last deck and then get started. Spirits, guide my hands, please. Messages for Earth sign Virgo, the Wheat Bear for October 2023. Spirits, guide my hands, please. Messages for Earth sign Virgo, the Wheat Bear for October 2023. For the highest truth and vibration. Okay, so those feel pretty good. Let's go ahead and start with these. Spirits, guide my hands, please. Messages for Earth sign Virgo for October. 4 cards only, please. Messages for Earth sign Virgo for October 2023. Spirits, guide my hands, please. Messages for Earth sign Virgo for October 2023. What do they need to see to know October? Virgo. Earth sign Virgo. What do they need to see to know? One more card, please, Spirits for Virgo. All right. Let's also take the top and the bottom. We'll figure out in a moment where these cards want to be exactly. Just leave them where they are. All right. Spirits, guide my hands, please. Messages for Earth sign Virgo, the Wheat Bear for October 2023. One card only, please, Spirits. One card only, please, Spirits for Virgo. All right. We're going to do the same thing and take the top, bottom. Okay, our last deck here. Spirits, guide my hands, please. Thank you for your patience, guys. Messages for Earth sign Virgo. Earth sign Virgo, one card only, please. For October 2023. What do we need to see? All right. That came out pretty quick. Okay. Over here. And now we're going to confirm, how the spirits want these cards. Well, let's see here. Spirits, I'm all light, respect, and reverence before, during, and after. Thank you for all advice, wisdom, and guidance given, and thank you for listening. Spirits, you want the moon card in the reverse position to represent the first tarot card for this Virgo October reading. Thank you. And spirits, did you want the Six of Swords in the reverse position to represent the second tarot card for this Virgo October reading? Thank you. Okay. And spirits, did you want the Eight of Wands in the reverse position to represent the one and only tarot confirmation card for this Virgo October reading? Thank you. All right. And spirits, did you want the Queen of Swords in the reverse position to represent what's on top of this Ancestral Path Tarot deck for this Virgo October reading? Okay. And thank you, spirits. And did you want the Two of Staves in the reverse position to represent what's on the bottom of this Ancestral Path Tarot deck for this October Virgo reading? Thank you. Now, let's see. And spirits, once again, did you want the Death card in the reverse position to represent what's on top of this Hermetic Tarot deck for this Virgo October reading? Okay. And spirits, did you want me to talk about the Queen of Swords in the reverse position and the Two of Staves in the reverse position when I talk about the Eight of Swords in the right side of position? It's like no, but yeah. Spirits, can you please give me a clear and definitive yes or no answer? Do you want me to talk about the Queen of Swords reverse and the Two of Staves in the reverse position when I talk about the Eight of Swords in the right side of position? Yes. Okay, that's where I thought they wanted to go, but there was a little bit of that back and forth energy. Has something to do with the whole energy that I'm picking up for the reading. But we're not done yet, right, Virgo? So good stuff. Hold on here. Now, last thing here, spirits, did you want me to talk about the Death card in the reverse position and the Seven of Cups in the right side up position when I talk about the Eight of Swords in the right side up position? Yeah. Okay. So they want all of these cards here, which is totally fine. We're going to do what they say. I have to. All right. All right. So here, let's take your picture real quickly, Virgo, before I forget. That is the one that I always upload after the live is done on my Facebook page. And I just like to provide it for people. So if you feel guided, if you want to look at the cards while you click in the description box below and follow the little instructions. All right, so I'm going to just take a picture here for you guys before I forget. Make sure we don't have any glare. You can see all of the cards. All right, so looks good here, Virgo. Let's also see what time we're at for the timestamps, and we'll get started. We're at 42 minutes, all right? So I like to provide timestamps for people before the shuffling and then after the shuffling. Sometimes people don't have time or they don't care for the shuffling. So I always like to give both for different options for people. All right, so let's see here, Virgo, what we have coming up for you for October. We're going to talk about the time frames, possibly. All right, so we're going to start with these 4 cards here in the top and then go from there and talk about the other cards when and where Spirit wants me to do that, okay? Excuse me. So we've got the Moon card in the reverse position. We're going to call it your cards here now. The Moon card in the reverse position, the Six of Swords in the reverse position, the Hermit in the right side up position, and the Eight of Swords in the right side up position. Virgo, you're one of the signs where you like to show up in your own readings a lot, okay? And that's always a good omen for a lot of different signs, okay? So we do have the Hermit here, which is your official card. All right, so we'll talk about that later, but it is a good omen and sign. So as far as the time frames when some of these things may occur, we're going to say the dates real quickly right now, and then we'll say them again when we're on each card. But we're saying that the first card can be from around October 1st through the 8th. The second card can be from around October 9th through the 15th. The third card can be from around October 16th through the 24th or so. And then the fourth card can be from around October 25th through the 31st, or maybe even into the first couple of days of November. All right. But yeah, let's see what we have here, Virgo. And I'm going to put this, no, I don't want to put it back on. I feel weird. I don't have my rings and my other bracelets that I normally do. But that's okay. Let me just hold a couple crystals or something. I'm like, I feel like I need something in my hands. All right. Usually I have my rings with crystals and stuff. Okay. So Virgo, you have, let's count. You have three major arcanas, all right? So it's not necessarily good or bad. We're just noting what's here. So you've got two in the future, current, present energies, and then you have one here in the past, okay? So with the moon card, right, you've got Pisces energy. With the hermit card, you have Virgo energy. And with the death card, you have Scorpio energy. So Virgo, some of you guys could be dealing with a Pisces, another Virgo, or Scorpio, okay? Or it is referencing one of those seasons of this year, of last year, even next year. Or it could also, last thing, be, someone who has a lot of these placements heavily in their birth chart or your birth chart, etc. All right. Or if the signs part doesn't mean anything at all, but I like to kind of call it out. All right, let's see what else here, Virgo. You definitely have a lot of swords. Okay, so you got three swords cards. You've got two wands, a cup, and the rest are majors. All right, so much like Leo and some other sign I've done during the October readings, the majority of your minor arcana is swords. Okay, so yeah, what does that mean, right? That can be an underlying theme to the reading. So swords deal with our crown chakra, our mental capacity, our mental health. So some simple questions would be: is my mental health in a good place, not so good place? Is it balanced? Is it overthinking? That kind of thing. Okay, so that's just kind of something to keep in the background throughout the reading here. But what else here, Virgo? Let's see. So if I was to stop your reading right here and give you where your green lights are, okay? So if there's something that you want to do within your control, like travel or something, when would be the best times to do that throughout the month of October? I would say that the first 3 weeks are good for that, not towards the end of October. If I really had to say, the best week is the third week, where you have your own card here, the Hermit, showing up. So again, if it's something that you can, within your control, that you can put off until then or do then, I would do it either in the second or the third week, the third looking like the best, okay? But anyway, let's go back to going one by one these cards and see what we got here, okay? So because we're now going to talk about your first card showing up here in your reading, this is the Moon, Pisces energy here, the Moon in the reverse position, right? And because it is your first card in particular, this can be energy that we're picking up from the recent past. This whole reading here can be about you or someone else or multiple people, your general environment situation. So always take the parts that resonate and leave the rest over to the side. It could be for someone else, since this is a general reading meant for multiple people. Always feel free to check out your other placements, like your sun, moon, rising signs, etc. All the things, okay. And if you don't know your other signs, you can check out free birth chart on cafeastrology.com. All right. Anyway, I don't get any money for saying that, but it's just one of the websites I like to use. So anyway, Virgo is like, let's get back to my reading. Yes, we have this moon card in the reverse position. This is a good reversal here, okay? Especially the cards that are following it and around it. So here we see, Virgo, that you are getting some type of information or light around a situation, around a person that was previously not showing you that extra information, or you didn't have that extra information here. So now in this first week of October, you could be gaining some type of wisdom around something. So if the moon card had been in the right side up position for you, it's like we don't have enough information, right? With it being in reverse, now we have more information. If it was right side up, it's dark. Even though we have the moon, it's still dark, right? It's all dark throughout the card. The opposite of the moon, and its reverse, would almost be like the sun. So again, normally I say the moon card, when it's right side up, is like you're staying at a friend's house and all the lights are off and you don't know where the bathroom is and you can't see things clearly. with the moon being reversed, it's like you found the light and you found the bathroom. Okay. I know it's a funny way to say it, it's just an example, but it's again, it's like you or someone else here, Virgo, is gaining some type of insight around a situation or energy or a person. Now there's more wisdom coming through. Okay, so that's really beautiful. It could also be that when we talk about the moon card energy, it is very creative energy. If there was any creative blocks before, now it could be opening up again, like writer's block or something like that, right? Now it's opening up again, and there's more movement around the creativity around this new information or wisdom coming through. So, very beautiful, Virgo, right? It's again a good reversal in your first card. All right. Let's keep going though and see what else we got, because when you go from the moon in the reverse position to the six of swords in the reverse position, they're two really good reverse cards, right? And so here we have a lot of healing going on, especially in the second week. Okay. Again, I don't have my astrology notes on me, but this could be some of the general astrology for everyone that's showing up here too, because I believe a couple other signs had a lot of healing stuff going on in that second week. Again, we got eclipse season throughout the month of October. There may be some of the eclipses start at the beginning of the month and then go again more towards the end of the month. But anyway, if that's something you want to check more into or read about, you can certainly read a lot of stuff on the internet, but I also talk about it more in depth in my video for Libra for October in the beginning, right before Libra. I talk about the astrology if you feel guided. But anyway, here at Virgo, with this Six of Swords in the reverse position, this beautiful reversal, it's like letting go of whatever this information that comes in, this wisdom, this extra light that comes in, turning the light on in the first week. Then it brings this really beautiful healing energy to let go of some anxiety, worry, overthinking, that kind of thing. All right. And also rebalancing of emotions with the intellect, and the beautiful healing energy showing up here in your second week. Now, we go from that, Virgo, to your official card, right? The Hermit in the right side up position. Okay. And let me go back and say the dates here again. So the second card can be from around October 9th through 15th, 16th or so, not set in stone. And the third card can be from the middle of October, so like October 16th, 17th through the 25th or so. Okay, they're just general kind of time frames. It might not exactly happen at that time, of course. But with this good omen, you showing up in your own reading here, Virgo, the official card for Virgo, this is really a goes hand in hand with this healing energy that's already happened, right? This gaining insight, gaining wisdom, turning the light on, having all this beautiful healing energy, and then you showing up here too. The Hermit card is known as the introspection card. So trusting our intuition, our gut reactions to things, right? Going inward and within. We see this man at the edge of the cliff, okay? And so he's kind of stepped away from distractions to hear his intuition more clearly, his intuition, his gut reactions, all of those things. Okay. So it can be a time here, Virgo, of either energetically and or physically kind of distancing yourself from people a little bit, to again hear that intuition coming in more clearly. All right. But I love the Hermit card. I've always loved it. And it's a beautiful energy. Okay. And it's really magical, right? So sometimes you see in different decks, it's a man or woman and they're holding a lantern, but here we see just the moon in the background and his hand is open and it's like this magic stuff is coming out, right? So it's like finding your magic again here, Virgo. So it could be that in the middle of October, you are feeling more like yourself too, which is great, right? Again, like I said, you usually tend to show up in your own readings, which is pretty cool. All right. So let's keep going though and see what else we have here for you, Virgo. So remember how I said a little bit earlier, oops, that's too loud. Well, I was just like a little bit, not all. Remember I said at the beginning of your reading that you had, the best or do things within your control would be in the middle of the third week of October, or even the second or first week, but the best was the third week. So you could say that the third week is like that green light when you have that Hermit card. So the other two, the first and the second week, they could be more like yellow lights, like proceed with caution but slow down. Then you have the green light in the third week. And then by the time we get to the fourth week, then we're going to have that red light. So again, we're giving references to driving, but or walking or biking, whatever, right? I think everybody hopefully knows those references. But we're going to have time where we have to stop. And sometimes when we're talking about metaphors with cars and people, right? Driving, walking, sometimes we have to stop as well, right? And slow down a little bit here. So when we get to this fourth week, and I'll show you again, third week, we had the Hermit. And now in the fourth week, towards the end of October, we've got the Eight of Swords in the right side of position. So there's a little bit of a red light to slow down. Or you could say it's a red-yellow, but it feels more like a red. All right. But this is, this energy here, Virgo, where, because you had the Six of Swords reversed in the second week, and then in the fourth week, you got the Eight of Swords right side up. So it's a little bit of backtracking a little bit, right? Or, 2 steps forward, 2 steps back, the famous phrase. So it could be that someone or something here pops up that could be triggering you or triggering someone else or the general environment situation to, again, kind of say, well, how do I deal with these anxiety, worries, overthinking, these swords going into the water? So we see this Japanese woman here and she's fanning herself. She's aware that she's like maybe a little stressed out. She's looking at the water. That is our emotions. So the Eight of Swords is like starting to slightly, in a small way, be aware that someone is overthinking or over worried. Okay, there's just way too much air energy up in the head here in that fourth week. This is also where Spirit wanted to put all of your cards underneath as far as what was on the top of the bottom of each deck. So we're going to go into that now and see, more information about why this is kind of showing up here. All right. So we'll start with the first two that are a little smaller here. All right, we got the Death card in the reverse position, and we have the Seven of Cups in the right side up position here in the past. I'm going to come a little bit closer just so you can see all the beautiful detailed imagery of the cards. All right, but it looks like here, Virgo, in the past, there could have been some type of enlightenment, transformation that was denied or was put on hold or just straight up didn't happen with the Death card in the reverse position. It was like a new beginning that didn't happen in some way in the past. And this could have been because there was a lot of indecision with that Seven of Cups in the right side up position. Okay, we call this window shopping for options, emotionally window shopping for options, or dark night of the soul energy, just kind of stuck in that limbo in between time. Like, I don't know, should I move here or should I move there? Should I take this job or should I take that job? Should I date this person or should I date that person? Right? It's like, again, just this kind of indecisive energy here in the past. Again, this is past information that made it possible for the Eight of Swords in the right side up position to show up here in the future, current, present energies. So somebody was having a hard time making a decision in the past. It could have been a decision, emotional decision about some type of ending, new beginning, or transformation that somebody was really questioning, taking more than enough of their time doing these things. Okay. Now let's see what's further underneath this. All right. Again, all your cards from Spirit wanted to be in that fourth week towards the end of October into possibly November. All right, and here you have the Queen of Swords in the reverse position and the Two of Staves in the reverse position. Again, past energy, more past energy that we're digging into to see why this card is showing up here. So, I just forgot to check something here real quickly. Hold on. Okay, thank God. I forgot to check that the sound was working. I usually do that in the beginning of the video. I'm like, oh, I'm already been online for like an hour now. Great timing to check the sound, but the sound is there. All right, thank goodness. Thank all the gods and goddesses and all the energies and spirits. Okay, so anyway, Virgo, you know, that is interesting that I had that thought right while I was talking about your reading, because there could be something here in the past that needs to be checked again, right? It's like, oh, wait, I forgot to do something when we have that Eight of Swords in the right side up position. So it's like a lot of times if we forget to do something and it's not written down, we beat ourselves up, right? But that's why, we have paper and we can make lists, okay? So getting the stuff out of the mind to then be put into some type of physical action or 3D action, sometimes can really help. So with this Queen of Swords in the reverse position, though, there could have been a lack of mental clarity again in the past, a lack of confidence, some emotions that were possibly very overwhelming, that led to also the energy of the Two of Staves in reverse, Two of Wands in reverse position. Like, I don't want to, or if it's not a person energy, I don't want to learn something new. I don't want to get advice from others. I don't want to people watch. I don't want to grow in some way. Now, when we talk about staves or wands, it can be referencing our physical body, our health in that way. Passion, creativity, what gets us fired up in our physical body. So because it's in the reverse position in the past, it could have something here to do, Virgo, with some type of possible habit that is maybe not healthy for us or for you or for them. Multiple people, general environment situation. Doesn't have to be for everybody. But again, we do have that reference to health over here. It could also be with the Queen of Swords in the reverse position here in the past that maybe somebody just wasn't ready to start a new diet or start a new exercise program or something around those lines, but it doesn't have to be. Again, it could just be this general energy of not wanting to learn or people watch or start socializing in some way. Right, because normally if this Two of Staves or Two of Wands was up in the right side up position, we see the back of this Egyptian woman's head and she's looking out into the Nile River. So she's processing, she's people watching, she's going over things, she's getting advice and looking at the emotions and how to process them and then move forward with that health energy. But because it's reversed, it's the kind of the opposite of that here, Virgo, for you or for someone else, etc. So this overthinking in the past, this refusal to have some type of ending, new beginning, looking at way too many options, not wanting to get physical in the body or get advice about something. This is all past stuff, but it could be coming up again with this Eight of Swords in the right side up position. Okay, so it's almost asking you or someone else here, Virgo, do I want to keep doing that? Do they want to keep doing that? Is the environment going to keep doing that, etc., right? But let's look at your tarot confirmation card right here and see what other energy is coming through. So this is a combination of this card is a combination of past and future energy. And so it's going to come in here and confirm all four cards at the top, all 4 weeks of October that we just kind of talked about, right? You've got the Eight of Wands in the reverse position, okay? So when I said this is past and future energy, we always have choice, we always have free will, right? This is the energy we're picking up as of right now. The Eight of Wands reversed, it was sitting on top of the Eight of Swords reversed, two eights, right? Eight in numerology, I'm not sure off the top of my head what it means, but if you're interested, you can look into it. All right. But the Eight of Wands in reverse, it's like a message, a communication not coming through. Eight of Wands reverse is also like, again, health stuff. So I'm not a doctor. I'm not here to scare anyone. That's not my vibe, right? Um, it could be just like something simple, again, like how do I, to get out of the air energy, the head energy, how can I move my body more? How can I channel that energy into creativity or passion around something that manifests in the 3D world in our physical body, right? So that's kind of what's showing up here. Let's see what your oracle card has to say. Okay. Last thing I want to say first about the Eight of Wands reverse too is if it was right side up in this deck, they call it the Lord of Swiftness, right? So, like I said, it would normally have been, if it was right side up, some type of fast message or communication coming in, good or bad, shocking, surprising. But because it's reversed, it's like that message doesn't come through. The shocking, revealing, startling energy doesn't come through. So if it's called the Lord of Swiftness in this deck, if it was right side up, then it would, when it is reversed, like it is here for you, Virgo, it could be like the Lord of Slowness, right? What would be the opposite of swiftness? Being slow, right? The Lord of Sloths. I don't know. But it's kind of fitting in a way because depending on where you have Virgo in your chart, but if you're a sun sign Virgo, right, that's earth energy. Earth energy is stable, it's slow, it's grounding. But it's like there needs to be more movement again in the physical body or channeling that air sign energy when it's overthinking into other things like passion, creativity, etc. All right, now let's get to your oracle card, okay? So this is your oracle message for this time period or even beyond. This is the Rebecca Campbell Starseed Oracle deck. So a couple other signs I think got maybe this, well, not a couple, maybe one other sign for October got this card, I think. But it says Star Ancestors is the name of the card. We see some Egyptian pyramids in the center, and then in the background, you can kind of see some Egyptian gods as well. Okay, but what it talks about is hidden secrets, a lost wisdom, and it says look a little deeper. Okay. So that's very interesting, all right, Virgo? That definitely goes with the Eight of Wands. It's like, what is this hidden secret? What is this message, this fast moving message that didn't come through, that wants to come through but didn't for some reason? Where is it, right? How can we like get it? How can we get to the bottom of it? Saying, look a little deeper. Maybe if there was some type of communication that you were really looking forward to and it didn't come through yet or hasn't come through, how can we, look at the lesson around that, right? So Leo had the Temperance card over here in their fourth week, and that was being impatient, right? And I said that towards the end of October, we do have that full moon, and we have eclipses happening again towards the end of the month. So it could be part of the general astrology as well. But yeah, I don't know. I just think that it's finding a lesson around maybe being more patient and again, channeling that energy around any disappointments that something hasn't come through yet into some type of passion, creativity. Virgos are known, right, as also very intelligent people, intelligent energy, reading a lot, digging deeper, right? That can definitely be part of this message here as well. But overall, you have a really nice month here, Virgo. Again, you've got some yellow slowly turning to green lights in the third week, and then a little bit of a red light in the fourth week. But still some really good stuff. You always show up in your own reading here too, so always a good omen. All right. But that is your messages. Thank you guys so much. As always, for your energy and your vibrations. If you haven't subscribed yet and you want to, it is free. All you have to do is hit the subscribe button. And as long as you have a YouTube account with your email, it just notifies you when I put out new videos. But since I am doing these videos for free, it is a great way to support the channel here and help it grow on YouTube. Also, if you give a thumbs up or even a thumbs down, any interaction with the video also helps it recirculate more on YouTube and all that stuff. But anyway, guys, take care. Again, enjoy October, and I will see you guys soon. All right, take care, guys. Bye.